Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're here today. And every once in a while I get a package and people want me to do things with stones. And this is one of those. And this is actually from a friend of mine, well, two friends of mine. They'd gone to the beach and they found some stones and they sent me these stones and they're like, hey, make us something to remember our time at the beach. And, well, being at the beach with me should be memorable enough, but, you know, Alright, don't have to go there. But anyway, they want something nice made out of these. So I guess I gotta use my creativity and see what we can make out of them if I don't destroy the place in the meantime. Alright, so what do we got here? We've got... We've got... some black quartz, some milky quartz, some quartzy quartz. And this one caught my eye first off. This is a piece of agate. Yeah, definitely an agate. Now I could probably cut these all down into cabochons and make a pendant out of them, but I'm looking at this agate especially because it's, well, you can see it's got a lot of structure to it. And by structure, I mean lots of holes, but that's character. You know, that's what artists call character. And actually, that's actually got a lot of character to it. But it would only be one stone, and you know, and if I cut it down and polish it, it's going to lose a lot of its character. And to be honest, we like character. That's what makes stones pretty cool. These three here, gravity is working good. Working much better than my fingers. These three here, they're pretty common. So I'm going to set these to the side for now and focus on this piece of weather-worn agate. So what would we do with this piece of weather-worn agate? Well, we could make pretty nice pendants out of it. Actually, I think we could get two pendants out of this one piece. And that would be quite the unique piece of memorabilia. Nice big word for the day, memorabilia. Okay, so where's the blue pointy stick of destiny? Oh, come on. Where's the blue pointy stick? There's the blue pointy stick. So I shall zoom in a little bit. And honestly, what I'm thinking is we take this and slice this right down here. Right down this piece of gnarlification here. Yes, that will give us two nice looking stones. About the same size. That would be somewhat of a, you know, 2 out of 1. Which is sort of what we're going for. Oh, we're going to cut it, and we're going to see what happens from there. Alrighty, so, blue pointy stick of destiny, blue marker of markiness shall set there, and I will go, and I will cut this stone, and see what kind of prettiness we can make, okay? So don't go away. Okay, that did not go quite according to plan. Yeah. But we do have two stones now. And that agate was about ready to go. About ready to go wonky on us right off the bat. Let me clean this off. See, there wasn't a whole lot holding that together right where I cut it. So we ended up with two smaller stones. Oh, one bigger stone and a smaller stone that sort of KO'd itself. It was something similar to that. But hey, I think we can still make something good out of this. I think the first thing we got to do is clean it up, because it is actually pretty darn filthy. So that's what we're going to do. And to do that, that's pretty straightforward. We're just going to use the toothbrush of toothbrushiness and clean this up. Oh yeah, this ain't going to work like that. Hold on. Okay, I'm back, and I gave this a good brush down with the toothbrush and some soap, and I was trying to clean some of this dirt out of here. It looks like that dirt might be like a permanent fixture. It is the dirt of dirtiness. So the first thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to flatten this cut down. And what we need for that is 500 grit sandpaper. I'm going to do this by hand because, and this sandpaper still should be pretty good yet. And this should not take too terrible long, he says with great optimism. That ain't gonna work. Yes, I should have just got a new piece to start with. Why do I do that? Or do things that I know is not gonna work too well? Because that's what I do here sometimes. To show you that if you don't think it's gonna work out right, do it the way you think it'll work out right. So this is pretty much straightforward. I'm just gonna take and flatten this cut down on both of these until it is flat and polished. Okay, let's take a look. That's not bad at all. Okay, we'll go with this one. This one's very, ouch, very difficult to hold on to. This one's got a lot of holes in it. I am somewhat concerned about the integrity of this piece. Yeah, it looks pretty good, but I do not like this piece where this broke off. Yeah, that's how that broke off of there. Yeah, possibly could glue that back one, but I don't think that's going to help anything. Maybe if I cut this edge down, that might help it. It'll have two polished edges. Alrighty, let's see how good we got that polished down. Well, it's took some of that gnarlies off. So let's see if it's fairly, as my weak fingers, I think that's pretty good. So, but we do have a sharp edge here, so I'm going to take this sharp edge off of there. Could take us over to the wheel and take that off pretty quick. This one does not have a sharp edge. Now it does here, but not like this one. This is the edgy one. I think I might have to take this over onto the wheel and take that edge off, which I think will be the best bet. So, don't go away till I get back from the wheel. Okay, I'm back, and I just ran those sharp edges across the wheel, and that made a world of difference. We don't need this one anymore, but we are going to need the 1000 grit. And yes, I'm using a used piece, but this one's not used so well, even though it has a giant gaping hole in it. Ugh. Maybe I should just go over to the wheel. You know what? I'm just going to finish these on the wheel. Yes, I'm just going to finish them up on the wheel. Because I should have done it that way in the first place. You say, why do you decide you're going to do it by hand and then switch over to doing it on the wheel? And well, that's because I don't mind changing horses in the middle of the stream. Sometimes. In general. Okay, there we go. It doesn't take long at all. And I can easily take those rough edges off. I still like doing things by hand with the sandpaper. But in general, I have those wheels, I might as well use them. It's hard to break old habits. I've done hundreds of stones by hand with the sandpaper. And sometimes I still like to do things that way. Okay, let's go over to the 1200 wheel. Yeah, it's not gonna, like I always say, this won't take long on this wheel. Ooh, is that pieces of the, no, it's pieces of my wheel. This wheel's starting to get a little bit worn. That happens, you know. Okie dokie. And now this one. Now I'm not going to do these on the cerium oxide wheel, and I have another idea. Oh no, another idea, they say. Yes, all of his ideas have been working so well today. Now, we're going to take these and use my other idea to polish them up. So, don't go away. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry these off really well. And then we're going to hit these with a different buffing wheel that I got. Okay, this is what you call the poor man's buffing wheel, which I may show you how to make one of these. Okay, and we're going to use this stuff here, which I got the other day, called ZAM. But with this wheel, I'll be able to get in a little bit better. Oh, you can't see. Ah, there you go. A little bit better in these crevices than I would with the cerium oxide. So, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to kill this the volume, because it's going to be loud. Okay, so prepare for loudness. Yeah, that happens occasionally. All right. As you can see, that stuff works really, really good. It's got into some of those crevices, and there's some goo on there that we got to get off. But now we're going to do this one up. So back to the noise. Alrighty, I think we got this one pretty much polished up as good as it's going to get. Hopefully the focus will be better. So let's knock everything down and take this away. And ooh, look at that. Let's get the brush of brushiness. And this stuff's awesome. A friend of mine just told me about this. Thanks, fool. And this stuff is awesome. So now, what we got to do is clean this ZAM that's on here off of here. So don't go away. Da, da, da. Okay. Well, as you can see, there's more than two here. I finished these off. All right. I didn't really like the look of these because they started to look more like pieces of rotten antler than they did, you know, agate. And they weren't very colorful. And they didn't shine up really nice. So it was overall sort of like I didn't like it. So I drilled holes in them. Anyway. And I took the other three pieces. Da, 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 and I worked them over. The one cracked into 1,000 pieces, unfortunately, but these two made it. And this surprised me because I thought they were going to be the worst ones, and it turns out that these were the yuckiest ones of the bunch. So here we have so far, focus. Yeah, focus. This little piece of smoky quartz, which actually turned out better than I thought it would. And this piece of milky quartz that has some little veins in there. And, well, overall, it's not too bad. But honestly, I thought this piece was gonna be the Yahoo piece, and it turns out that these are actually, I like them better than this. And then the one went and died on us. But there you go. So I drilled the holes in there. I can put an eyelet or a hook through it. A jump ring through it, and put them on a chain. And that was the goal in the first place. So regardless of how these didn't turn out and these did, these 4 stones are a win. So if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, ring the bell, push the button, just hit everything across the panel there, and then you'll know when I'm doing this kind of stuff. And, when something goes wonky like today, and I changed my mind right in the middle of doing something, it's like I put that in because that's how things go sometimes. Everything here doesn't run smooth like the chicken says. Nothing runs smooth here. Yeah, well, it does, but anyway, thanks for spending some time with me, and have a good evening.